Hello, my name is Nik Nur Anis binti Nik Ruslan and my metric number is 262838. Everyone will be voting at the age of 21 in Malaysia. Before 21 years old, people will consider it as immature. Still not mature enough to make a decision for the country's future. Young people are labeled for adults, but the same right are withheld. Voting in Malaysia is the responsibility of all parties, regardless of age, rank, and race. Everyone should play a role in fulfilling their responsibilities. However, voting in Malaysians, which set the age of 21 who can only vote, causes our country to lack youth in politics. For your information, I am a student of Bachelor's of International Affairs Management. I would like to share my knowledge on political matters that I have learned in university. I would like to talk about this topic because I want to give some information about how important the role of youth in political and why the age of 18 years old is allowed to vote. Reducing the electoral age will not reduce the country's historic norms and does not affect the history or future of the country. It will provide a good exposure to the youth in this country with current issues and political matters. Firstly, by giving the exposure to political matter if voting at the age of 18 years old. Youth exposed to political issue will be more active in this field. It will also help them to get more information to ensure they are ready for the next general elections. Even the youth can be more active in politics and contribute a lot of idea and energy to help in the next election. For example, youth involvement in politics, as in our country, YB Sheikh Sadiq as a former Minister of Youth and Sports. He prioritized the issue of youth to the parliament. Although now, he is no longer a minister, but he is still active and still makes sure that the voice of the young people can be heard. Besides, by giving the exposure to the political matter, if voting at the age of 18 years old, then they will learn more about politics. Even the government can help by ensuring that the school expose political issue in the school. Schools that do not educate children on political system and processes has been increasingly concerned with the help of the government to help the student better in understanding politics. Then, education should be more universal and open for students to discuss. And school or the university is not the place where students and teachers cannot discuss on national political issue. It should be a free place for students to discuss at their will. In my opinion, the government should help the youth for the future of the country. Youth who are active in politics will help the country for the contribute to the political and economic development of the country if they are given the opportunity to vote at the age of 18. Young people can add new and fresh ideas to the national politics, help to focus on the welfare of young people and the role of youth in politics. With the involvement of young people in politics, then their welfare will be more guarded and the advantage will also be more in their favor. Young youth need to know they are cared about by the country and leader feel a sense of connection on others in the country also how important their role to the country. The welfare of the youth in this country is always not seen as an important aspect. This is because there are youth who are able to do a lot of work and are still under the responsibility of the family or parent and do not need help from the government compared to those who are older and already have a household. As the example, in Malaysia, as recently as 2021 budget in our country, which not much in favor and give privilege to the youth. The budget for the year 2021 does provide a lot of benefit to some youths. But what about the youths who are still stuck in the middle, like between the age of 18 to 21, as if not many advantages were given to them? Besides, youths must realize that through decision making and the intervention that will affect them individually and circumstance. They play an important role in politics. Their involvement also greatly influences the politics of the country. This is highly important because there are problems that threaten young people more than any other. For instance, environmental pollution, public school program, long-term government debts, corporal punishment legislation, and poverty. Young people are becoming more mindful of the modern challenge surrounding the safety and usage of social media. However, when young people are underrepresented in politics, the things that concern us are still underrepresented. Reducing the voting age also aims to improve young people's political participation. In my opinion, if young people know their interests and role, then they will be a better prepared and responsible as a leader. Lastly, ensuring that the country is not far behind other countries. This nation, including our neighboring Singapore, is one of only a limited few in the world that require that people be 21 before they can vote. Electoral age in Indonesia is 17, and in certain nations, Australia includes, they are 16. Politicians will have to change their attitude to youth elections. A worldwide phenomenon is that many millennial generations are politically apathetic. To make the move, Malaysian political parties must strive to nominate 14 to 15 of the youth leaderships. This suggests that political power can host more activities and exploit social media and technology, also adjust even the attitude of the government to its yearly belanjawan to attract the youth. Besides, ensure that the country is not too far behind other countries that have amended the age of 18 and 16 to vote and engage in political issues. Our country must always follow the passage of time and emulate the country that have used these methods in the formation of their government. Maybe it will make our country more developed and modern and not left behind. In example, the United States has introduced the 26th constitutional amendment after it voted to end segregation in the age of 18 years in all vote for all. The reduction in voting age remained widely supported. In the past 2 decades, almost half of US countries have held legislative efforts to decrease voting age, including 4 Maryland towns that success in reducing their voting age too. Also, as we can see in the map, there is our country with 21 vote age, and Australia with the voting age from the 18 years olds, and the Indonesia from the 17 years olds, and Brazil from the 16 years old, and the United States from the age of 18 years old. About 25 nations worldwide have a voting age of less than 18, and many more are looking at their government. In my opinion, to ensure that the country is always in the line with other countries, then we must start with the age of 18 to vote. I have provided some diagram for us to see. As we can see, the age don't determine what you cannot do. As I have provided some example, like 18 years old and 21 years old, both can buy a car and get married. So why the 18 years old cannot vote? In the conclusion, even while young people may be as political as other people, no political expertise is needed in this country, in this category to voting. The right of all people to vote in a democratic republic is universal suffrage, and the voting power cannot be stripped lightly or selectively. If you agree that young people are too inexperienced or unwilling to vote, ask yourself how you will feel to be tagged before you could vote. Many adults will fail regardless of this exam. In Malaysia, young people were deemed too immature when they were allowed to marry and drive a car and even join the army at the age of 18, but cannot vote for their country. Thank you very much.